From a tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. I slept in today, which is not something that I normally do. It's rainy and just kind of cozy, you know, that thing, that feeling, and I love it. So it's, you know, I'm late coming in my studio, but uh, it's all good, and there's so many things. Hey, Brazen. Oh, so good to see you, honey. How are you? Okay, so like coming in to do another 30-minute film, another 30-minute landscape challenge. We will be starting this weekend. I I'm I think Saturday is going to be the day. And I'll come on a little bit later now, maybe around 7 p.m. my time, maybe even 8. So I haven't figured out that time frame yet. I want to see what's happening with the sun. Excuse me, but if I have them pre-recorded, it doesn't matter. I don't need to be painting at the same time. So I'm thinking I'll come on a little bit later because that might be more feasible for you guys there rather than, you know, the 7 a.m. kind of thing for those of you on the West Coast. I'm looking into that. I'll put on a time frame, but I think between 7 and 9 p.m. my time in there is going to be, it's 4 a.m. so I have to be awake. At least I got you live. You know, you and your, yeah, it must be like 4 a.m. My goodness, my goodness. Yeah, I slept in really late today. I mean, it's so unusual for me. I can't remember the last time I woke up at 9 a.m. For me, that's like, it's like I slept until 2 in the afternoon. And so I'm you know, kind of late, and I realize that the feeling of the day is off, because when you have your basic pattern and rhythm and then you go off it completely, like Brazen here, who is who is who is up at the strangest hours, and probably not at her own, what would be the word? Come on, Brazen. I know you're going to come up with a good word for that. Of her own accord, of her own, you know, like, hey, I think I'm going to get up at 3 today, at 3 in the morning. um, so, so the feeling of not having a set rhythm and pattern throughout my day really throws me off. So, you know, how am I going to look at that? Am I going to take it as this is just going to be an off day and whatever happens, happens? Or it's not of my own volition. Volition, that's a good word. Yeah, I know. It's not of your own volition. Like this morning, I woke up at 6. I just thought, well, it's rainy, it's cold, it's this and that. So I just went back to bed. I mean, I just fell asleep again. And I mean, my whole day feels thrown off. But the point being is that can be an advantage, especially for your creative energy, because when you get thrown off, and that's the point of these 30-minute landscape painting challenge, is to throw yourself off. When you get thrown off balance of what you're used to, of your habits, that's when you're able to touch things, touch other areas of your creative life that you probably wouldn't have touched before. Yeah, it is awesome to indulge yourself. It is because that is where the source of that creative energy seems to lie, at least within me, when I am thrown off and I get out of my structure, right? It's like coloring outside of the lines, right? You have the coloring book, right? And you color outside the lines, and it can feel off and it can feel like this is not what you're supposed to do. But that area outside the lines is where you can tap into that innate creativity, that area of chaos in a good sense, right? That area where anything can happen. So if you're like me, my this type of person where I do well in a structured kind of rhythmic time frame throughout my day, and then when I get thrown out, there's like a couple things I can do. One is I can come in here and do something and allow that uneasiness of losing the rhythm of my day and letting it go and just see what happens. Embrace the potential failure of, this 30-minute painting, or, if I decide to work on an abstract, like I've got one going here, right? I've got something that I'm just putting together. If I worked on it, this is just the very base, the first layer of paint, and it's not going to look anything like this when I'm finished with it. But do I move into that because things are so unbalanced in my daily routine today? Or do I paint a landscape? Oops, I've got one going here, right? I've got one ready. I've got it with this brand new Chinese Orient yellow acrylic stain on it, which I don't really use yellow in any way, but I'm going to try because this is a painting challenge and you get to try things that you don't normally do to see how it works. And, I just taped it with regular masking tape. And so, diving in to do that, get out my limited palette and see what I can create today. And it's good because I am very, very set in my ways in my landscape painting. I really do go from this foundation that I'm always talking about. I mean, I'm always starting there. That is the structure of my creative home when it comes to landscape painting anyways, or realistic type painting. So coming in and doing these little studies with just a half an hour, because I'm a slow painter, so that really rushes me and I don't think, right? I don't have time to contemplate and make things specific and get things just right. I can't do that. And that's the helpful part. That's the part that's good for me. So I'm just going to dive in and do it and do the next piece on this challenge that's coming up starting this weekend, Saturday, sometime between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. my time, probably around 7 would be my my preferred time. And so, this is pretty much what's going to happen. And we'll come on live, and I'll just be here live and going through the painting, and anybody can come in and follow along. You can watch later if the time doesn't work right for you, and you'll get everything that you need. For members, I have each painting will be uploaded in real time as I'm going through the painting, slowly, with all the thoughts that are happening as I'm painting. So that will be for you guys, whoever wants to sit through, right, and listen to that. So yeah, so those are the things going on. It's 10 minutes, but here's the thing that I wanted to say. Like, today I have this taped up with masking tape, and what happens when it's paper on with masking tape is that it can be, when I take the tape off, a little bit of it can be pulled up, and I know you probably can't see it, but it's right in this area. A June challenge? Oh dear. Yeah, well, I was thinking about it actually in June, and putting it all together, and having it, more set and organized. I just don't want it to go too far into the summer, because I think I'm going to be doing about 10 of these on a weekly basis. So I don't want it to get too far into the summer. So yeah, you gonna join me, Brazen Hearted? Yeah, and we'll figure that out. Yeah, no, I'm gonna start this week. I'm gonna start it this week. And so what I wanted to say about this, like, when I pull the tape off, when it's masking tape, it can pull up some of the paper and pull some of the painting off. I mean, it just kind of makes it, you probably can't really tell from me showing you there. And it used to really bother me. It used to really bother me. And then with these, it's like I'm painting on paper. I'm taking like watercolor paper. Oh, the tape thing. To my pants. Stick the tape to my pants a couple of times and then put it on paper? Really? Really, really, really? Is that what you just said? I don't think I can go back and see what you wrote. Really? To get it less sticky, or to get like little lint stuff on it so it doesn't hold the paper down? That is super cool, you guys. Great tip from Brazen. I love that. Now that I never expected to hear. I never expected anything like that. I seriously never expected anything like that. Okay, so if I take the tape and just put it on my the leg of my pants, of my jeans, or whatever, what I'm wearing, then yeah, it won't make it as sticky. That's really, really cool. I will do that. But in the meantime, I will also finish my original thought on this, because I'm doing this on paper, and because these little paintings are not archival, and they are not meant to be perfect, right? They are meant to break me away from that perfectionism, and from getting everything just right, and from getting wrapped up in that ego part of my creativity, of my painting, of me wanting to paint something and have it turn out nice, right? That's me, that's my problem. It has nothing to do with creativity. Creative energy is very pure and very clean. We're all born with it. We all have it. All of us, 100%. It's something that we can either tap into or we don't. So for perfectionists like me, this is great. You use, just masking tape, my thought before Brazen said you can just put it, on your clothes and pick up some lint and then it won't tear the paper apart. But doing a painting, and I actually really like this one. I mean, it was unexpected. It's in the first stages. I'm not going to go back and finish it because these are landscape painting studies. Pixie's landscape painting studies, because Pixie Dust was the one that requested for this challenge. And I love it because even looking at it from far away, you know what you're looking at. It works. The painting works. And it's just a study. It's just a draft. It's nothing to latch onto. The tape, when you pull it off, pulls up part of the paint, which makes it even more. It takes it even farther away from that perfectionist thing that I'm always after, and getting things just right. And so it allows me to open up and release those boundaries. So that is the positive side of using masking tape without putting it on your pant leg first. That is a positive side. So that's what I've done on this one as well. I just put it on a little bit ago. I suppose I could take it off and do the pant leg thing and see if it works. But I don't need to, it's unimportant. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this one going today. Yeah, Brazen. I love that. That was perfect. I'm just gonna go with the painting and get it out of my system and be discombobulated today because of waking up late and my whole rhythm and everything is off. And I'm going to stay aware of that feeling within me and use it to my advantage. I had said there's a couple of things you can do. That's one thing you can do. Do that. The other thing that I would do personally is just plop on the couch and watch series all day long and just wait for the day to end, which I have done, which I have done. But what a waste of time, because in the end, for me especially, it really is a waste of time. Doesn't get me anywhere. There are days when it's needed. Thank you, my dear. Good night. Good night. So there we go on this tiny little Greek island. I am inspired. I am creative, and I am being completely me as I am in this discombobulated day. I'm going to get to painting and see what happens, and stay aware and take the lessons that are before me. So that's where I'm at. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Take care.